Welcome back to Pest Control Unlocked. I'm Konstantin Schwartz. For years, AI in pest control has been discussed like a future promise, something that is just over the horizon. The January 2026 issue of PCT magazine is the first time we can clearly see where AI is actually landing today. This year's industry survey didn't just look at revenue, consolidation, or labor shortages. It specifically examined the real status of artificial intelligence and pest management. Thank you to PCT, the NPMA, and BASF for this research. And the results are telling. 69% of respondents say they've already used AI personally or professionally. 76% believe AI will have a positive impact on the industry. And 80% say the primary goal is to increase productivity. And the timing couldn't be better because the economic landscape has shifted, especially in the labor market. Economists are calling it a no hire, no fire labor market. So, what does that mean? It means employee turnover has frozen. People aren't quitting, but companies aren't expanding headcount either. You're effectively locked in with the team you have right now. This changes the strategic imperative. The goal is no longer how do I find more technicians? The goal is how do I get more capacity out of the technicians I already have? When hiring freezes, productivity becomes strategy, and strategy becomes survival. Because this investigation covers so much ground, I'm going to break it up. We will be bringing a four-part mini-series that we're calling the AI Quartet. Over the next 4 weeks, we will dissect the four engines of your business. Part 1, the super technician. This is about field operations. How do we use AI to make the physical work faster and more accurate? Part 2, the zero friction customer. This is about sales and service, moving from a call center to a prediction center that solves problem before the customer picks up the phone. Part 3, the self-driving office. This is about administration, using automation to kill the paperwork, the billing errors, and the scheduling headaches that slow us down. And Part 4 is the AI strategy. This is about leadership. How do we implement this ethically? How do we handle data privacy? How do we keep the human in the loop? So let's start with part 1, the field. But before we talk about how to use AI, we need to clear the fog. Most people hear about AI and think of robots and ChatGPT writing poems. There are also still some who would think of artificial insemination. In our business, AI is not magic. It comes down to two specific functions: prediction and perception. Prediction is the math. It's the ability to look at a route sheet, traffic data, and weather and predict exactly where your technician needs to be to maximize revenue. Perception is what I call the digital eye. And I don't just mean cameras, I mean the digital nervous system. To an AI, a camera taking a photo is an input, but so is a motion sensor in an attic. So is an acoustic sensor listening for scratching in a wall. And so is a thermal sensor looking for heat signatures. The AI takes all these blind signals, motion detection, heat, sound, and images, and creates a picture of what is happening. It allows a technician to be everywhere in a building all the time. So when hiring freezes and experience becomes fixed, the next constraint isn't headcount, it's knowledge. And that brings us to the first major drag on our industry, the knowledge gap. Insect taxonomy is complex. Many species are visually similar, and correct identification often requires tools and experience most newer technicians simply do not have. This is where the digital eye comes in. People think AI is a magic wand and that identifies bugs perfectly 100% of the time. It isn't, at least not yet. Work in this space is still evolving. We're currently in a phase of massive data compilation and verification. The models are only as good as the data sets they are trained on. But it doesn't need to be perfect to be valuable. The super technician uses AI as a second opinion. A rookie technician takes a photo of a beetle. The AI acts as a filter. It responds. Based on visual markers, there's an 85% probability this is a stored product pest, likely in the Tribolium family. It narrows the universe of possibilities. It prompts the technician to look for specific traits they may have missed. It moves the technician from, I have no idea what this is, to, I have a working hypothesis that I can verify. We're moving from tribal knowledge to augmented verification. The second area of impact is logistics. If you can't hire more drivers, you must extract value from the fleet you already have. For decades, we've run static routes. If it's Tuesday, you go to the bakery because that's what the calendar says. That's inefficient asset utilization. AI enables dynamic capacity planning. Instead of optimizing routes purely by geography, the system considers urgency, compliance risk, and the technician skill sets. Let's say that you had an urgent food safety call that comes in at 10 a.m. Technician A is closest, but Technician B has the required certification and is running ahead of schedule. The system automatically re-optimizes the day. A low priority visit is pushed. The emergency is slotted correctly. No dispatcher panic required. Operators using these systems are capable of additional stops per day, not by rushing technicians, but by eliminating dead time. That's hundreds of additional revenue generating stops per year, per technician. Let's talk about quality control. Callback is the silent killer of margin. Usually we find out about a mistake when the customer complains. AI allows us to move detection upstream while the tech is still on site. Before closing a work order, the tech photographs trap placements. AI analyzes the image against the scope of work. If a trap is placed incorrectly or has not been secured properly, the system flags it instantly. It alerts the technician, placement error, please adjust. The technician fixes the issue before they get back into the truck. This ensures the service is performed to a standard every single time. So in this no hire, no fire market, the path forward is clear. We aren't going to solve our problems by flooding the zone with more bodies. We need to solve them by evolving the role of the technician and provide enabling tools. They are no longer just applicators. They are data analysts in boots. But this brings up a new challenge. If field operations are becoming this efficient, customers are expecting the same from the sales and service teams. You cannot have an AI-powered technician and an analog customer service desk. Next week, in part 2 of our quartet, we look at the front of the house, the zero-friction customer. This is Pest Control Unlocked. I'm Konstantin Schwartz. Thank you for listening.